Excuse me, do you know when dinner will be served? I was so excited about this voyage I neglected to eat anything all day.
Well, since Mr. Barnard became ill, the steward's been pretty busy. And we should be back in Baltimore Harbor shortly, though.
Baltimore? I thought we were going to Lisbon.
Sorry to be the one to tell you, but the party's over. Barnard needs medical attention, so we have to go back.
Oh, just my luck. I shall be the laughing stock of Georgetown faculty for certain now. I told them I was going to a maiden voyage on the Condor with all these important people. And now I have to explain why I'm returning early. This is terrible.
Well, that's the breaks. Jagdish, is it?
Yes, Jagdish Mehta. Miserable Jagdish.
This is a real flying greenhouse in here, eh, Marushka?
It reminds me of the summers I spent as a girl at Ardasha on the Black Sea. But that is gone, now that the Bolshevik pigs have destroyed the heart of Mother Russia.
Whoa, wait a second. I thought the revolution was going to bring on a new age, the workers' paradise and all that.
Ha! They killed the Tsar and destroyed any hope of civilization. What is left is nothing but fear, the army, and death.
I'd watch that talk if I were you, or old Joe Stalin will have your head when you go home.
Home? I have no home. My parents were labeled bourgeoisie and murder. I am an exile, first to France, then Spain. I shall never return until the communists are wiped out and the Tsar restored.
I don't know what it is, but there seems to be some reason why we are all on this flight together. I don't even know Mr. Barnard, but many of these people are familiar to me. What could be the reason for all of us to be brought together?
Why are you trying to make mystery out of Molehill? I don't know why you are here, but I came for the party. Look around you. Enough champagne to fill the Volga. Gorgeous mounts of caviar that would choke even Peter the Great. And the men. Well, Mr. Peters here is a good example. Tell me, Ned, do you tango?
Sorry, Marushka, not a step. I prefer to leave the fancy footwork to the Fred Astaire types than move in when they're out of breath. Say, Jagdish, what did you mean? You recognize the people on board?
Well, of course, I know Lady Waddington and that actress Wanda Shepherd, and I have seen Prince Farouk before at the Club Marti. But I also got the impression that reporter Miss Simmons knows most of these people. She has been asking a lot of questions about that customs official Gerald Weltner who died a few weeks ago. It seems as though everybody knew him somehow. It makes me uncomfortable to talk about it, but I feel his restless spirit is on board.
Senor Cabron, I think they are playing your song. Shall we?
Con gusto, Marushka. You read my mind, my lady. Shall we go?
My God! I declare that wango or tango or whatever you call it is the most disgusting exhibition of loose morals I have ever witnessed. And believe me, I am no prude. I swear.
That broad is a real pip. Who died and made her god, anyway?
Oh, never mind her, Nettie. Hernando can really cut a rug, don't you think?
Yeah, he's a regular Arthur Murray. What's his story, anyway?
I don't know, really. It's kind of strange. I know he hangs out at the Club Marti. And when he does the tango, everybody is really impressed. But I was talking to that Vera girl, and she said he was really some kind of mining engineer from Spain. Copper, I think. Just think, all those pennies from a guy with that cute little mustache. Anyway, she said he was here on some kind of mining business. I didn't know there was a copper mine in Baltimore.
Wanda, you're a gem. So the Casanova's really a mining engineer. What the heck does that have to do with Weltner? Miss Simmons, I wanted you to meet Wanda Shepard, one of the newest faces on the silver screen. I thought maybe you could put a little Hollywood spin on your story about the Condor.
Oh, could you? I can always use the exposure. Just tell my fans I'll be playing Larry's wife in the next Three Stooges comedy, Dizzy Doctors. You know, it's really an honor to work with real pros like those guys. I mean, especially Curly and all. You know, he's got the cutest little birthmark right on the place in the...
Sorry, Miss Shepard. Mr. Peters must have forgotten I'm working on a different story right now. Tell me, isn't it true Gerald Weltner was infatuated with you? Harassing you until you just couldn't take it anymore? He would have suspected nothing until he drank the sherry. Right, Miss Shepard?
Oh, Ned, what is she talking about? Make her stop, Ned. Oh, I don't like this kind of tone.
Ease up on that kid, will you? She's hardly the type.
Oh, no? You never look past the wiggle, do you, Peters? As far as I'm concerned, everybody is a suspect.
Lady Waddington, I must plead with you one more time. If India is not independent soon, a terrible...
Oh, it's you again. Must I see you everywhere I go? How did you get into the guest list of this cruise anyway?
I am sorry if this is upsetting you, my lady, but it is of the utmost importance. With the support of your husband, Lord Waddington, in Parliament, our cause would be nearly won. It would avert needless bloodshed that would inevitably follow if...
Oh, enough! Enough! Mr. Mater, I am in America on a social and cultural tour. I haven't even seen my husband in 2 months. And now with this flight apparently cancelled, I will probably have to return by Britain by steamship at least, another 2 weeks. By then I am sure this whole independent silliness will have blown over. Now I won't speak of this again. Mr. Peters, will you tell Mr. Mater to desist? Or must I call the steward?
I think you better beat it, Mac, before the Duchess blows her cork.
Ah, Lady Waddington.
Oh, Mr. Kudasai. Oh, it's so good to see a familiar face.
Are you enjoying the brief but nonetheless luxurious hospitality of our host, Mr. Bernard?
On the contrary, I am simply mortified to be aboard with such a group of ne'er-do-wells. Of course, present company excepted, of course.
Think nothing of it, my lady. I hope the next time we meet it will be under circumstances that are more to your favor. Or will I still have the honor of seeing you and Lord Waddington at the Sotheby's in the fall?
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, and I do hope you will pay a visit to Waddington Manor. We've acquired some Renaissance bronzes that I want you to appraise.
I would never turn down the opportunity to enjoy the hospitality of a Waddington Manor. It will be my pleasure, my lady.
You know, Herr Peters, this is a truly remarkable aircraft. For instance, look at those engines. 6 power plants, each capable of delivering over 1,600 horsepower. And with the ability to land anywhere there is water. Well, it would make a very practical aircraft for, say, the military. Of course, it would have to be redesigned without all the luxurious amenities we are enjoying. But all in all, it would be most efficient. Sort of an airborne troop ship, wouldn't you say?
You always reduce things to their military value, Schnorrer. Barnard designed his flying hotel for his own enjoyment. I doubt if there'll ever be another one built.
Forgive my idle speculation, Herr Peters. It is a bad habit of mine. Of course, the Luftwaffe has had a craft of this sort on the drawing boards for some time. You must admit, with its enormous capacity, it would make an ideal cargo craft,
Or perhaps a seagoing bomber that would complement the Nazi U-boats? Huh, Schnorrer?
Very good, Herr Peters. All sorts of uses come to mind when one thinks about the possibilities. Will you excuse me now? Herr Peters, have you any idea how the guests on this voyage were selected? It seems to be the topic of discussion aboard the Condor.
I, for one, am very puzzled. Of course, I've heard of Mr. Barnard, but we've never met. I really have no idea how or why he chose me for this flight.
Well, I've known Bronson Barnard for a long time, and I've never known him to do anything without a reason. What's your line, Mater?
I am simply a graduate researcher at Georgetown School of Medicine. I have been trying to develop a treatment for larvalgia, a blood fever which is a terrible scourge in my country.
Any luck?
As a matter of fact, just recently my tests with chloride of mercury have been most promising. It is a most paradoxical cure. Normally it is a most dangerous poison in doses of 10 milligrams or more, but my research is utilizing doses of less than 0.1 milligram. So you see, this is an elephant of a different color.